Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. My name is Jamie, and this is The Jamie Show. I'm so glad you're tuning in because today we're talking qualifying questions. In my new book, Keep This, Toss That, I share questions that you can ask yourself for each and every category that you're decluttering to decide, should I keep it or should I toss it? So that's a qualifying question. A question like, if I were moving, would I take it with me? That's not my favorite question because I think we all know my answer is yes. I'll just pack it all up and sort it out on the other side. So that's not the best question to ask. But I do have some of my favorite questions here in the book. Right on the introduction chapter, we have 3 of my favorite. Then in each chapter, there's others. And I wanted to pull one from the book to share with you today because it is the one I've been using more so than ever before. And I wanted to share it with you because I'm thinking you're going to love it as much as I do. Are you ready? Here's your qualifying question. Can I get this elsewhere? Question mark. Can I get this elsewhere? Is this available to me somewhere else? Can I get this elsewhere? And this is such a great question to ask when we're trying to decide about so many things. When you're in the kitchen and you're like, the bundt pan for baking a bundt cake. Haven't baked a bundt cake in years, but you might want to. And guaranteed, the minute you donate it, you will absolutely want to make a bundt cake. I mean, it happens every time. So, keep it or not? Well, is it available to me elsewhere? I know for certain that at least 2 of my neighbors have bundt pans. They're big bakers like I am, and should I ever need one, I can borrow it. I know my sister has one. I know my other sister has at least one, probably more than one. It's available to me easily elsewhere, and yes, I can let mine go. Now, I could give it to one of those people if they'd like to store another one, right? Maybe they have more storage space or they bake more and they would appreciate a second one that then I could borrow back. So I'd get visiting rights as well, which is a really great way to do it. Is it available to me elsewhere? Is that cookbook that's taking up a lot of space on your bookshelf and just collecting dust? Well, is it available elsewhere? Is it available to read digitally online? Are the recipes that you like the most out of it available online? Could you borrow the book from a library? Do you know a friend to be a big baker or cooker and they would have it for you? So we're thinking about, is it available to me elsewhere? And if so, then you might feel very comfortable in letting yours go. Is it available to me elsewhere? Can I easily get this somewhere else? So think about it. I know we don't want to be wasteful and toss things only to rebuy them, but could we borrow it from somewhere? Think of the library. We often overlook it. Think of friends and neighbors. Is it available to me elsewhere? Can I get this easily somewhere else? And if the answer is yes, that might just be the answer that you needed to hear to allow you to let yours go. So think about that when you're decluttering. That is just one of the many questions that I pose to you in Keep This, Toss That. We love qualifying questions, and especially qualifying questions that really work, that help us make the decision. And my hope is that that question is going to help you. Stay tuned for even more questions. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I come back every Wednesday with a new video, and we're going to be sharing more questions along the way. So stay tuned. Thanks for subscribing and telling one other person about the show today so we can all help each other declutter. Clear the clutter for a simpler life. Thanks so much. We're getting our happy back one toss at a time. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next Wednesday.